it's finally here. The Pixel Fold is in-house, and we have been waiting on this baby for what seems like forever, but it's here, porcelain variant. You're gonna start seeing a ton of reviews dropping in the next couple of days and all that. We're here to give you our unboxing and first impressions and kind of see what comes in this baby. As you can tell, it's a longer box. Obviously, you're gonna be able to tell that the phone is open right from Jump Street. Super excited, guys, that's all I can say. Let's go ahead, jump right into it, take a look and see what really is in the box, how this implementation was by the Passport design over what Samsung's done with their Fold series. We have a lot of videos coming in the next week in regards to this, in addition to a lot of accessories, including the new official Pixel Fold case and some other third-party cases you might be interested in. I'm going to throw up an affiliate link down below if you feel like picking one of these babies up. Greatly appreciate it if you do. Let's go ahead, check this out. Pretty clean packaging right off the bat. You can see the color of the device. Obviously, this is that porcelain color. This is the 256 gigabyte variant. You can get a 512 as well if you'd like. And yeah, pretty plain packaging. Team Pixel, Google logos all around it. Not too much else on the exterior of the package. A couple pull tabs on the side. And let's jump into it. Okay, so surprisingly enough, for as large of a box as it is, the phone is actually folded. I was wrong. So as you can see, we'll set that baby to the side. Foldable screen care right off the bat, trying to let you know, got to make sure this device is taken care of a little better than traditionally would. Flexible screens are softer than traditional phone screens, so avoid contact with sand, crumbs, fingernails, or sharp objects. Do not remove the pre-installed screen protector as it can cause damage. Do not apply a third-party screen protector either. So something to be aware of right there. Let's see if anything's on the side here. Yep, looks like it's just a fill-in actually. Nothing really there. Just to keep the case supported. Yep, nothing else on the side there. Our typical reading material. Let's actually take a look at it since it's a little different. Okay, telling you where all your volume controls are, your SIM card, your SIM ejector tool is right there, and your safety warnings and regulation guides. Throw that to the side. Then you're gonna have your USB-C to USB-C cable and your data transfer tool. But let's get back into the star of the show, and whoa, right from Jump Street, right when you pick this up, this baby is heavy. Definitely a little more weight to it than I anticipated. Let's slide this out. Oh, we'll just pull it on the side. All right. The screen protector actually does go inside the case, or the covering, I should say. And there you go. So you can tell right off the bat, that is not a 180-degree angle. You might have to give it a little more wiggle, but definitely not as flush as some other foldables. You can see that crease pretty substantially. I wouldn't say it's anything worse than normal. That nice large exterior cover display, definitely much easier to use one-handed and much more useful. And that nice porcelain color on the back. Definitely looks a little off-white, kind of like what the new Pixel tablet looks like if you have one of those. Color looks very comparable to that. A couple FCC regulations on the bottom, your triple camera setup. Front-facing camera, you do also have another one in the bezel of the device. So quite a few cameras to look at here. You can easily see the screen protector. And like we saw, we have our volume buttons, our power button that doubles as a fingerprint reader. Speakers, it looks like a 5G antenna. And then obviously your USB-C port and your SIM ejector or SIM port. Let's turn this baby on. I can already tell you just with the feel of this device, it feels really good. That weight is worth it. It doesn't feel cheap by any means, which is a good thing considering this baby is $1,800. I'm imagining we should start seeing a ton of sales in regards to this down the road as the year gets a little later. Pixel devices tend to go on sale pretty regularly, so just something to be aware of. While that power is on, looks like they both power on simultaneously. Let's go ahead, get this baby set up, and we'll be right back. Boom. We have it all set up, ready to go, fingerprint unlock set up. Obviously, everything else is still kind of installing and going through the process from our backups, but damn. Really quick, let's call out the elephant in the room. These are big borders, right? However, I think for a first-gen product and how you're going to be able to hold the device, I don't think it's terrible. It's going to be very interesting to see how certain apps interact with this display. Obviously, a lot of apps are not optimized in Android for full-screen displays like this, so that could be problematic. We've heard rumors of like Twitter and certain other apps not working very well with that, so it's going to definitely be something to keep an eye on. When you pull down your notification panel and your shortcuts, you can see this looks very Pixel tablet-like. It shares a very similar DNA structure, so if you're familiar with that, you'll be very familiar with this. The hinge does feel very good. When closing it, you can see just how that zero gap looks. Aside from it being hefty, this baby, I'm actually very impressed. I can see why a lot of people would use this while it's closed. This is actually what a regular phone would look like. So you are going to have quite a few feature-rich specs in this device. You're going to have a 4821 milliamp hour battery. Hopefully that's going to keep the lights on for a lot longer than some other foldables. 12 gigs of RAM. You do have a 48 megapixel primary shooter. And when opened, you do have that 7.6 inch 1840 by 2208 resolution. So not too bad. Definitely a unique ratio. You are going to get, as a cover display, it's an OLED display, 120 hertz, HDR, the works. It's a 5.8 inch display. It's 1080 by 2092. And then obviously the interior display is again 120 hertz, but 7.6 inches wide. You are running that Tetra G2 chip, so hopefully that'll keep the lights on and the power going pretty well on the foldable. It's yet to be seen, but we'll find out. If we launch an app, you can see everything currently is working pretty quickly. Let's jump into one of our videos and see how it's going to look. Yeah, pulls up very well. So it looks like you'll have to go through, oh no, don't have to go through the settings and keep on continuing the continuation. Looks like the rotate is off though. There we go. So if we turn this, there we go. Plays right away. And okay, not too bad. It does carry over pretty well. One other thing I do want to show you guys, actually, if you are familiar with that Pixel tablet, you do have that new little floating dock you can pull up. It's called the taskbar, and it's showing you can drag an app to the side to use two apps at once or get app suggestions based on your routine. So currently, obviously, if we want to go ahead and, let's just say, open up camera, you can actually hold that, drag it in the side, and let's say while using, now you can multitask just like that. Pretty sweet, actually. I think that's definitely useful. Looks like YouTube's a little laggy. We'll give that a break just because everything's still finishing up with the install and the backup, but yeah. I'm actually super excited to use this. Again, the camera sensors are all new here as well. Since you do have such a slim phone, they are not what you have in the Pixel 7 series. You're going to get that 48 megapixel f1.7 wide angle lens, a 10.8 megapixel telephoto, and another 10.8 megapixel ultra wide. So not quite the same, and they're not quite in line with what you're getting in the 7 series either. They are a little bit of a step back, even though this is meant to be a premium device that obviously does cost more than the rest. It's something to just be aware of. You are getting an 8 megapixel cover camera, and then inside a 9.5 megapixel f2.2 wide angle lens. You're going to have traditional SIM card support. You do have eSIM on this baby, so anything you're traditionally used to, you will have access to for connections. And then obviously you have your two colorways, this one being porcelain, the other one being obsidian. I think the obsidian looks good. I like the offset white here though for once, so I went with that one. Obviously, we have a ton more to jump into. First impressions, very promising. Feels good. It's a little heavy. As long as everything finishes getting set up and runs as smooth as you would imagine, I'm definitely excited to pop my primary SIM card in this baby and use. But stay tuned to the channel because we have quite a few items to look into here in the near future, including a cover screen protector for this. Obviously, you don't want to put one in on the inside display like we talked about, but the cover display does need one for safety as well. We have a lot to go over, guys. Thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.